In the backfield, there were some key components from last year's team that were injured, so they were unable to participate in spring practice. But of the guys who did participate, talk about their progress, and you worked some new guys into the fold like Zakcheski and Himes as well.
Well, those two guys, were coming over with some injuries. We're going to play Lenny a little bit as a fullback and see if he could, because we don't really have one. But he did help out a lot at running back, and that was good. And needs to get in shape. Don't know if he's a true running back, but appreciate the job he did for us. And same with Matt. Matt Perez coming off a knee injury. Sometimes a little overworked. He was pushed a little bit to get him back, and thought he had a good spring. We'll need to get him continued stronger, in shape to play up to his talent level. Nick Turner really had a good spring for us. Worried early, Jeremy, he was going to get too much work, but he battled through it. I think the more he worked, he is fast, but instinctively you could see him gaining on his pad level, making cuts, being decisive. So really good spring for Nick Turner. I think the other guys complimented him well.
Well, so the fans don't string me up. Got to ask about the quarterbacks. Edward Wright Baker, Follett, Shell, Dusty Keel. What did you see out of them?
Again, like our offense versus defense, a little banter back and forth. So a little inconsistency, which concerns you. Nothing that you're worried about, but you want to see a guy be really clean every day. And you can see a day or two where guys just a little out of whack, a little off, pressing, out of rhythm. Next day he's back with it. That's maturity. That's time. It's time on task. With Ben Chappell getting so much work the last couple of years, but we'll go through summer. We'll see how those guys progress. I think our offensive system, our offensive style will lend where those guys will play well. And we'll wait and see how the summer and preseason plans out, because we're also looking for a guy, because it is quarterback, who can actually be a comfortable leader and be a positive role model for us there.
Well, I'm a radio TV guy, so I know nothing about this, but it did look like the defensive secondary was much improved and much more physical.
Well, and again, whether it was or improved or whatnot, I think we are making strides. I think Greg Heben really does a nice job and can play multiple positions. Trying to get Brian Williams up to speed, Lawrence Barnett out at corner, Yada Kyles and Andre Cates at corner. Our safety play, Drew Harden, young guy, needs to keep coming on, some of those young guys like that. But the scheme, and both Coach Mallory, Coach Shelby, the way they'll be coached, that position needs to keep maturing. I think we've made nice strides, but we got a lot of work to do. We got to keep those guys coming along.
And right in the middle, linebackers, what did you see out of them?
I think, Jeff Thomas is pretty solid. Leon Beckham might be our best defensive guy. I think we're still, like a couple positions, maybe a little inconsistent with another spot or two, maybe a little bit more depth. But again, I think we've got enough in place across the board to be a very solid team. I think as we continue to work, will we have that great attitude, keep improving, and can we get our talented players start to playing consistent, which means day after day, coming to work, making plays, I got a great attitude, I'm getting it done.
Coach, of course, we can't get too specific about this, but your staff's in place. You had practice here in Bloomington and a lot of recruits that were in town. How's recruiting going?
Well, it's good. We're getting ready to hit the road here this week, and our staff's got several weeks here. We go out looking at juniors, can't talk to them, can't make one phone call to them. We've tried to be very aggressive in our recruiting, but we've also tried to work hard to build relationships. To me, if a kid's committing early, he's picking a jersey or a stadium, what's different is people. And, being a new staff, not having previous relationships, we're working hard to build strong relationships and get some great kids to help us come play for championships.